Hi everyone, it's Rob from ABA Inside Track, here with a little mini instructional video. Now, a lot of folks have asked us about one of the ways that Jackie, one of our co-hosts, makes her little ethics booklets. Something like this right here. It's not as fancy as, say, the one she makes. I haven't laminated it. But in terms of making a little booklet with the BACB's Professional and Ethical Compliance Code, all in there, see? I made it super tiny so I could keep it with me at all times because it's always good to be able to check your ethical guidelines because it's hard to remember every single one of them and some of them can be kind of subtle. So a lot of folks have asked, we explained it on one of the episodes, but I figured, hey, why don't I show you how you can make your own at home? Because I was told that it's not ethical for us to sell them to you. I guess that makes sense though, right? So the first thing you need to do is make sure you have the most updated version of the compliance code. So to do that, you're going to go on the internet and go to the BACB website. So that's easy enough. I use Chrome, so that's what I'll be using here. So here on the website, which again, you should be checking out this website. They have all the past newsletters. You can access some journal articles as well. Look for any sort of ideas about credentials, keeping up your CEs. We're listed here. We're in there somewhere in the keep up your credentials area. So we're going to go to ethics and professional and ethical compliance code right there at the top. And here are all of the copies in various languages. So whichever language is your primary language, you've got a copy. So I'll download English here at the top. And I've already downloaded it, but you would just click here, it will download and go wherever your downloaded files will go. So I have mine right here on the desktop, so I'm going to open that up. Now, if you don't have Adobe Acrobat, there are lots of free PDF readers out there. Your computer will default to probably, if you have Windows, Internet Explorer, if you have Apple, probably something in Safari. I'm going to be doing this under the assumption you have a decent PDF reader. I can't say that all of them are going to be the same. This is Adobe Acrobat, so if you have that, it's free software. I know a lot of people don't like it. I think it's cool to hate on it. I don't know why. I've always kind of enjoyed it as a decent PDF reader. But whatever you use, there'll be something similar in the print options, but I can't say it's going to be exactly the same. So this is just for the Adobe Acrobat Reader. So easiest way is just download it, go online, type in Adobe Reader download, and you'll get a link real fast. So here I can read the document, which is great, but not exactly what I want. I want to print it out. So printing's pretty easy. You go to the little print picture. Now the problem is, if you just print default, you're just going to print the 24 pages of the compliance code, which again, if you just want a copy of that, that's great. But if you want to make the little booklet, there are a couple other steps you have to do. Now, Jackie described one way to look at using the booklet format. I found that it's a little easier, at least for me, to use the multiple format. So you can listen to that episode, I think it was 2022 preview, where she talked about this. This is how I found to do it, and I checked with Jackie. She said that's totally another fine way to do it. So I go down here to where it says page sizing and handling, and I click on the multiple option. Now, it usually defaults to 2 by 2. You can kind of see here, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom. And that's great. If you want it to be smaller, if you have super laser eyes, you could do, well, 3 by 3 is not going to do any good, but you could do 4 by 4. And look at that. If you have tiny, tiny eyes, or you have a magnifying glass maybe, you could even do it this small and make the tiniest little booklet. But I think for most of us, 2 by 2 is probably the smallest we can make this without, it's even gone smaller here, without straining our eyes or just being unable to read what it is we went to the trouble of printing out. So multiple pages per sheet, 2 by 2. It says custom here. You can also click on pages per sheet 4. Same thing, 2 by 2. Now, one thing to remember, since you're trying to make a booklet in which you're going to be printing out lots of little sheets and then laminating them and then sort of sticking a little ring on there to keep it all together, or if you want to get some brads and do like a little booklet, you could do that as well. Don't print double-sided. So a lot of copiers will print double-sided automatically. You can't print double-sided. I did that the first time. So you can see here, nothing. Because you print double-sided, you're going to have something on this side. So again, if you're doing like a book format, you could probably put something together, maybe put some brads in between here and make yourself a little book to carry with you. But if your goal is to laminate these so that they don't get beat up completely and you can actually have this for a length of time, you're going to be laminating, you're going to be sealing this side off. So anything in the middle won't be there. And I don't think the BACB will accept, oh, but I laminated over half of my guidelines. I didn't know those as an excuse for an ethical complaint. So don't print double-sided. So let's see where that is here. So print on both sides of paper in the Adobe Reader. Sometimes if you're printing straight from the Chrome website, it'll just be another box down at the bottom. And mine says right here, print on both sides of paper. I do not want to do that because I need it to be only one side. So I want to print all the pages. Everything seems set to me. Do you have your printer set up? I don't have a printer here at my house, so you'll just have to take my word for it that it's going to print out great and print. You should get, again, right here, should get 6 pages. Now, when you're done with that, you're going to get a whole stack of papers. Well, you're going to get 6 sheets. To make them look like this, you could just get a paper cutter, a pair of scissors, and just sort of cut across the paper. So you get something that looks like this. Sort of cut across, fold them in half, and then all you have to do is laminate them and put a little 3-ring binder clip maybe up at the top, and then you've got something to stick in maybe your pocket if you're wearing big enough pants, or stick in your briefcase or your purse, and you have it handy. So if you ever have a question, you can pull that right out. Got a tiny copy. That's really all there is to it. Thanks so much to Jackie for having this great idea. I think it's an excellent way to keep your ethical guidelines close to your heart at all times. If you have a big pocket, you could probably put it up there too. For all of you, I hope that this helped you figure out how you can make your own if you haven't, or you were interested but weren't quite sure of how to work out some of the kinks. If you have another way to make a tiny booklet, please feel free to let us know on our Facebook page, facebook.com/ABA Inside Track, or message us on Twitter or email abainsidetrack@gmail.com. Well, we hope you enjoyed this little mini video. If you did, please drop us a line saying that you found it helpful. Maybe we'll do a couple more of these on a few other topics. Specifically, I think technology is a good one to have these screencasts. Otherwise, we will see you on our next episode. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube and all those other fun places, iTunes, Stitcher, all that stuff. Take care. Bye.